And good morning, Oklahoma. It's now 6:43. Thanks for joining us. We have Congressman Markwayne Mullin, kind enough to come in this morning and talk with us. You're just sharing a few stories with us about the fact your family gets to see you a little bit more than probably most. Right. That's a good deal for you.
Well, if we're not in session, I'm on my way home.
Yeah.
And then they've got to come up there about 3-4 times with me. And
I would imagine that's the most difficult transition in being in Congress, isn't it? Leaving home and being away from your family.
It's the hardest thing I deal with.
Yeah.
My kids and I are all real close. My family, my wife and I are close too, but it's tough for my kids. And of course, with FaceTime, with the internet, and with your phones now,
it makes a difference, doesn't it?
It does. It makes it easier. But last night I surprised them by coming in, and they wasn't really expecting me to be in. And
awesome.
I got to make it to my oldest boy Jim's baseball game or practice, and he was so excited. He was doing backflips almost.
Well, that's great. Wait, last time you were in, it was right before the sequester. A lot of speculation as to what was going to happen and what wasn't going to happen. Now that it's passed, and there's some things that you're trying to step in, and especially when it comes to the folks who work down the McAllister ammunition plant.
Right. Well, I mean, if you've ever had the opportunity to go down there, it is a very effective plant. I mean, it's ran mostly by civilians, employs over 1,400 people, and it plays a vital role in strategic planning and providing necessary equipment and ammunition, obviously, to our men and women in uniforms. And sequestration obviously hit them pretty hard. And like I said when I was on there last time, it's government at its best. No one wants to take responsibility for looking at things that work and things that don't work, so they just cut everything across the board. And it's tragic. We've had more meetings with people out of the McAllister ammunition plant than just about any one single group. We want to do whatever we can to help them. And with CR, continuous resolution, at least it gave the military, the DOD, the flexibility to look at programs inside their jurisdiction and assign money in some places be able to fund projects all the way to their fullest. And we're hoping they'll take a strong look at the ammunition plant in McAllister.
For many years, we've had a dependency on foreign oil, and I know the Keystone XL Pipeline is one way for us to have less dependency and utilize our own resources. I know that's something that you're for. How do you deal with that?
For some reason, this administration, on one hand, will sit there and tell us that all options are on the table, that it's an all-above approach for energy independence. And the Keystone Pipeline, for example, it's going to deliver roughly 890,000. It's 890,000 barrels of oil a day, which will literally cut our dependency on Middle East oil in half. Why wouldn't we be looking to do this? I mean, we're going to take money from a country that actually likes us and take it away from countries that don't like us? It only makes
sense. Seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, not to mention it's going to put roughly 20,000 jobs, instantly 20,000 jobs to work inside America's soil. Not to mention all the towns they're going to impact as they go through, because the workers is going to be staying in the RV parks and the hotels, the restaurants, are going to be shopping. It's going to be a huge driver to our economy, and yet this president won't even take a look at it. There's no reason for it. The environmental impact studies came back, said we're good to go, and the president is saying, well, we might look at it this summer. I've co-sponsored letters and put on the president's desk encouraging him to let us go to work. And this is one of those common sense approaches, one that should be the backbone of America. We get things done. And yet we're having to sit there and ask permission. It's the main reason why I even in Congress, because I got fed up with having to always ask permission by the federal government to simply do my job. This makes common sense, yet the president himself is holding it up. It is the most frustrating thing I've ever seen.
Common sense, Washington, D.C., it's oxymoron.
Oh, I know. Isn't that right?
We're glad that you stepped forward, though, and trying to make a difference, Mark. Thank you for coming in this morning.
It was my pleasure.
Very, very much.